All right. Three, two, one.
Oh yeah,
Little
completely. Got a
sister
huge
show we got.
audience.
Huge bangers, all bangers.
Huge.
No
But
way.
my name is Josh. This is
Mhm.
GORP. Today we're doing the same thing as we've done before, is just interviewing who's around, who's on the team, and seeing what their deal is, and asking them stupid questions and seeing how it
Sweet.
goes. You cool with that,
I'm up
Chelsea?
for it. Let's go.
Okay. I would just like to say I don't know your last name, and I want to just make one up, and I want to just say your last name is
Okay.
Chelsea Helvetica. Like if there was a book
I
written about
I
you.
do enjoy a good Scandi font, but it is not my last name.
No, we're
And
not going to say it. That's fine. I'm
yeah.
just saying. Helvetica sounds like a good last name. I
No.
don't know why I was thinking about that today. All right. First up, we have what's the deal? What's the deal
Huh.
here? What's the deal with you? Do you know any good deals that are happening? Sports deals? I don't know. What's the deal, dude?
I I haven't seen too many good deals pop up lately. I've been looking for a couple of jerseys to fill up my collection.
Oh,
My I had a storage unit while I was living in Poland temporarily, and while I was over
Poland.
there, the storage company like changed ownership, and so I lost all of my belongings, like all of my historical jerseys and things like that, and I
Oh,
just haven't
dude.
filled. Yeah, it was such like a huge loss, and it was
Mm,
like I lost all my yearbooks, all of my like actual printed out photos, things like that.
yeah.
So yeah, I've been looking for jerseys. The Portland Airport carpet version of the Trailblazers jersey is on my list. I need to get that
Okay.
soon, especially
Portland
since.
Airport carpet jersey.
Yeah, so if you don't know about the Portland Airport, it is
I
world
do.
famous for its carpet design.
I do remember that being really great. You're right. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really fun. It's super out there and crazy, and it's become like an iconic thing in Portland. They just absolutely love it for whatever reason, and it's one of those quirky Oregon things. And so, yeah, I completely
Yeah.
plan on purchasing one.
I
I
wonder if
also
it's
need to
one of
get some
those like
Seahawks jerseys.
I wonder if it's just like I don't know. Maybe I'll cut this out. But just like what if it's like we're weird. We like carpet, and that's a carpet we all know and love, right? Is it kind of that? Like you just pick some. I'm so
Yeah,
random. Is it like that a little bit?
kind of, but it's a very unique design. They custom designed it, and I think the initial reaction was, wow, this is a very loud and tacky carpet. And just the
Yeah.
longer it was there, the more people just started seeing it as when you land in the airport
Yeah.
and you see the carpet, you instantly know you're home. If
Okay.
Portland is your home
Yeah,
destination.
that's what's
And
up. That's what's up.
yeah,
I feel like that
I
about
like it.
Chicago has that big tunnel where you take the flat escalators to the parking lot or to the terminal. There's a giant underground terminal full of like neon lights that are like strung, hanging like threads. Similar, I would assume.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, each airport has their own like little
Yeah.
quirks. I mean, Atlanta, you go underground too, and it's like you're in a jungle. It has like soundscapes and it's
Oh.
dark with neon lights. Oh
Okay.
yeah. Cursed Denver
So
Airport.
some Portland's some so that's ducks for you then, right?
So yeah, I mean, as far as college teams go, I went to University of Oregon. I'm a huge Oregon Ducks fan. Don't get to go to as many games as I like anymore since I'm situated here in Texas,
Mm-hmm.
and we are very quickly moving back to New York City. So being on the absolute other side of the country makes it a little bit hard. But I do have in the city, I do have a big alumni group that I'm pretty involved with, and we do watch parties for every single game. Even since the
Nice.
bars are open till 4 o'clock in the morning, if the games go until 2 a.m. East Coast time,
Wow. Yeah.
we're ready to go. We're still hanging out.
That's pretty great.
hmm
Oh boy, nothing, no Austin jerseys, right? No Texas jerseys yet. You haven't really, never really dug
No,
in
I'm
yet. No.
sorry. I've been here for a couple years. I The longer I'm here, more I reject Texas, to be honest, for many, many reasons. The biggest one right now is because of the heat. It is just absolutely overwhelming here. It is so
Yeah,
damn hot.
it's
So,
so
and
hot. There's
humid.
no
Ugh,
cover.
the
There's no
humid.
trees. You're just standing in a
Yeah.
field. Wherever you go, you're in a field with the sun blistering you. Ugh.
Well, usually not like a field because I'm
Well,
in Houston, so
metaphorically.
everything is just paved over. There's no sidewalks
Okay,
anywhere.
so a parking
There's
lot.
no
Okay.
trees. Yeah, parking lot of a strip mall. It's
Yeah.
just Houston is a giant strip mall.
Giant strip mall. Colorado Springs is kind of like that sometimes. Okay, but moving on. We went from deals. Now, speaking of deals, we got. Well, you can't quite read my writing, but what food should be cheap and plentiful? So everywhere you go, this is like kind of a wish food, right? Like what food do you wish like almost every corner had it for sale and it was very cheap? Similar to a street taco, but it was everywhere.
Hmm.
And everyone
This
could
is
afford to
actually
have some.
kind of an interesting one because when they threatened that there were going to be taco trucks on every corner,
Yep.
and they were trying to use that as a disincentive for opening up immigration.
Right.
I really was like, that's a plus. That's a bonus.
Yep.
We should have like excellent, high quality,
Yep.
authentic street tacos on every corner. But
For sure.
I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I would say a good ass salad. Not a salad made of ass, but still just like
Ass
an
salad.
amazing salad. It should be available everywhere. There's too many like food deserts in this country where you just cannot get fresh produce
Just
that's
a healthy mix
quality.
of good greens and some proteins and nuts or whatever. Some good stuff in there. That's a good
Yeah,
idea.
actual decent fuel instead of just like junk food. Because I mean, I eat my fair share of junk food. I mean, you can see it in my little cheeks these days, but really, I think even like people who just eat constant junk food, they know in the back of their mind there's like that little like caveman instinct that's like, now we need some nutrients
Yeah.
and we need some nutrients soon.
We need nutrients.
Yeah.
Nacho Libre. Yeah, I'm with that. I had a salad today and I felt like I was the coolest kid in school.
Yeah.
I took some time with
Yeah.
it. Made a really good salad.
We bought some stuff for salads yesterday, and I'm already like thinking up my salad creative process here, thinking what I'm gonna throw in, what toppings,
Yeah.
what dressing. It's
That's what's up.
endless.
That's nice. I was thinking something similar, but I was thinking more like a quinoa bean bowl type of thing. So that's the Portland in me. But
Yeah.
having that like just full meal, all contained in one fresh ingredients and some like cojita cheese, something nice like that, or cotija,
Yum.
cotija. Anyway,
Cotija.
and I feel you too because like I lived in Portland for 2 years, and I just my route every day went past 2 or 3 food truck stations, like multiple trucks.
The
So
pods.
like
Yeah.
yeah, so I got into the trucks and I learned schedules and I learned like this is when this is best
Yeah.
and like we got dumplings here, but we got like a really nice bulgogi over here, and it was just great. I loved it. I love food trucks, and they were relatively
Yeah.
cheap. But for this scenario, it's got to be something a little cheaper, like a top notch salad from like Better Than Whole Foods for like $5. That should be available
That would
everywhere in the
be
world.
that would be
Yeah.
amazing.
All right. Now we're talking about best stuff, best foods was basically the hypothetical. Now we're going into best game in PE. What was the best game that you like to
This
play
game
or
in
you liked
P.
watching?
Oh goodness. I mean, our Red Rover
Ooh.
got pretty violent. We were banned from playing it.
Yeah.
I was also really a fan, even though I have no coordination whatsoever on land. I just
Hmm.
cannot figure out my body in space when I'm on land, but in water, I'm 110% good.
Yeah.
But I
Water
love
polo,
double
huh?
dutch. Like it didn't matter
Oh,
how many
okay.
times with those like plastic beaded jump ropes I got whacked in the head. I loved it. I was always like trying to figure out like when I was going to be able to jump in.
Yeah,
Just
that's
hit on
really
the
cool.
head every time, just stopped everybody's flow, but I loved it.
So you never got good at it? You just kept doing it anyway?
No.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
great.
And then
Yeah.
also Foursquare with all the house rules. We made up some
Wow.
good ones.
Okay, well, let's put a pin in that because that's coming up specifically. So,
Okay. Ooh.
wow. Okay, great. Okay, I'm with that. Yeah, yeah. We had a cool game called Terminator. So it was basically like standard rules dodgeball on a basketball court,
Okay.
but we had a football in the middle, in the jump ball area. And then
Okay.
the rules was that's a circle, right? The jump ball area of a basketball in
Mhm.
the center of the court. Um, when one person goes in there, no one can hit you and no one can go in the bubble. It's one person per bubble. And you grab the football, and while the dodgeball is happening, you can throw the football into the other basket. And if you make it, you become the Terminator, and you put on the mesh
Ooh.
jersey, and you can go to both sides of the dodgeball court. So now you can invade their territory and just pummel kids. But the rule still
Oh,
applies.
dang.
If you catch a ball, if they catch your ball, you're out. So the Terminator, he's
Oh, okay.
invincible except for that. He has the weakness.
Okay. All
It
right.
was the best game. Anyway,
That sounds like fun, but like now at my old age, that sounds exhausting.
of
Just
course,
exhausting.
sprinting in general. Well, I tried
Yeah.
sprinting yesterday.
Just
Jesus.
no.
Okay, but into sports. General question: who's
Hmm.
a good sports dude? This is a non-gendered dude. Who's a good sports dude?
I mean, can we narrow that down a bit? I mean, I've got like a whole list, and I mean, are we talking about like sports
Follow your
commentators? Are we
heart.
talking about athletes?
Follow your heart.
I mean, there are so many. I feel like every year when retirement announcements come out, it's always like just oh man, all the greats are going,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I think Megan Rapinoe's retirement announcement was like we knew it was coming, we knew it
Mm-hmm.
was happening, but ah, it's just sad that
Mm-hmm.
this is her last World Cup. Which, by the way, if you didn't know, the Women's World Cup is going on right now,
Check it out.
and it's pretty dang sweet. I also, I'm an Oregon homer, and I am moving back to New York City, and so Sabrina Ionescu playing for the New York Liberty in the WNBA. She's pretty
Ooh.
rad. Nike has made her a shoe. I plan on trying to not stalk, but figure out where she is so I
Oh,
can
I was
get
wondering
her
where that
beside
F
my
word was
shoe.
going. I was trying to. Hmm. Okay. Okay. I got you. I
Yeah,
thought you were going somewhere else with that sentence.
I mean,
Wow, I
I'll,
would.
I'll I'll leave her
Shoot.
be. I'll leave her be. But yeah, no, I would love to meet her. I think that would be pretty cool.
Sure.
So if there's any Liberty meet and greets for the team or anything like that or whatever,
Yeah.
I don't know, would just love to just shake her hand and thank her for all she did for Oregon women's athletics, which I was a part of back in my day, and
Yeah.
for just being amazing.
It's so cool. Yeah, I always think about like
Yeah.
I've done this one time in real life. I've only seen this a celebrity make eye contact with me once. It was John Gruden. I was in Iraq. He was signing all these. And there was a huge line of people getting him to sign stuff. John Gruden came down. Is that
Mhm.
his name? John Gruden. Anyway,
Yeah.
I just caught his eye while I was eating my lunch. He was in the commissary or in the chow hall in Iraq, and I just caught his eye and I just gave him the little head nod, and he gave me the head nod, and I was like, "That's right." I just want to tell people good job sometimes. I don't want to give them the whole story per
Yeah.
se, but sometimes you just want to,
E-
hey, buddy,
exactly.
thumbs
Yeah.
up. Yeah, that's what's up. Okay, what about maybe like a childhood sports dude that you feel you liked, but maybe didn't get quite the recognition you think maybe they didn't they should have got? Anything like that come to mind?
Hmm. Hmm. I mean, he did get a lot of recognition, but I mean, I grew up in Phoenix originally, and
Shout out Phoenix.
loved Charles Barkley. Like,
Charles
I just
Barkley.
thought he was the coolest dude, and I met him in elementary school because I had read a ton of books or been in a spelling bee or something, some nerd activity project thing. So my
Mm-hmm.
brother and I both got to meet him, and it was very exciting to see someone so big. And then I also saw on our TV, and he's the more I learn about this guy, the crazier he sounds, but also the more I'm like, I would like to just like, he would be the type of person that I would love to have casually in my friend circle just so I can hear the stories.
I'd
Because
like to
he's
make a
got stories
lasagna dinner
for
for him. Yeah.
months. Yeah. And just listen, just give him a couple beers, let him talk.
Did you see that recent video of him talking about how they used to shower in their uniforms? Have you heard that one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
That's a weird,
yeah, because they
weird
didn't have a
theme.
laundry crew. And so, like, in order to
Yeah,
prevent the stank, because they had to actually take their uniforms with them on the road to the next game. It was a very funny story, and
yeah. They had clean uniforms. They didn't have clean butts. Anyway, whoo. Um, Now we're into skilled players, skilled people. What kind of skills you got? Our next question is: so, what's a hobby that you do? A hobby that you hate other people doing, and maybe one you'd want.
so we bought a house here in Texas, and we bought a little bit of a fixer upper, and so I got to really kind of flex my muscles on something that I've been doing, on the side for a long time, DIY and stuff like that, but actually making it look good. I had wanted to do more woodworking actually and building of furniture, but I have now, since we are leaving and we're moving back into probably a 500 square foot apartment or so.
Yeah, a little studio, huh?
Yeah, we're probably, well, we might get it something a little bit bigger than a studio. I'm not sure. We'll just have to see how things shake out. I mean, real estate's kind of crazy over there right now,
I'd
but
rather do that food truck than have a big house. I'll tell you that.
that is true. That is very, very true. But yeah, so I've sold most of my tools, so I'm not going to pick that one back up. But I do knit a lot. Yeah, I do knit. It's just something that keeps my hands occupied and keeps me
Yep.
from being on my phone too much because you have to use both
Yeah,
hands. It helps me
that's
from doom
true. Yeah.
scrolling, which has been something that I've really struggled with through the pandemic and all of that, with just the constant barrage of really crazy, insane, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening news. So
Yeah.
knitting helps with that.
Yeah.
And I've been enjoying it. As far as things that I hate when other people do, I think this one is going to be a little bit controversial, but
Hot take
people
alert.
who hunt, but but no,
Hunters.
but don't actually, like, who are only in it for trophies, who are only in it for, like, 16-point antlers, or for elephant head, whatever this is. I understand hunting to actually, replenish your food stores and to, put a whole venison into your freezer so that way, you can offset some of your grocery bill, things like that.
Blubber and stuff. Yeah.
I do not understand trophy hunting. I do not understand these people who are so wasteful of their time and money to go out there and just kill rare animals, or even just, deer, just to stick their heads up on the wall. I think it's gross.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of with you. A lot of it is just for sport, and okay, as long as it's done ethically. But how ethical can it really be? And okay, you killed it just because you want the head mounted. Someone's gonna get that meat, I'm sure, if you do it responsibly and ethically and legally. Okay, but yeah, there is a line, and people just go kill rhinos, and people just go kill giraffes, and people just go kill 12-point bucks because they're 12-point bucks, or how many points is cool for a buck? I don't know.
I don't know. I have no
Um,
idea.
it's not cool. That's the point. The more you know. Yeah, I'm with you
Yeah.
on that.
I mean, it's just leave nature. Let it do its thing. Like
Why are you trying to
we
hurt
mess it up
stuff?
enough as is.
It's
Yeah.
human nature. It's primal. It's alpha. No, it's not. I mean, sure, it's natural and it's instinctual. Okay, okay, but oh, come on, dude. You're practicing. It's like learning how to use a typewriter properly. We don't need to use that. If you don't need to, then why are you really? You know what I mean? Well, what
Yeah.
if the apocalypse
Yeah.
happens? No, no,
No.
it's not good enough. Learn how to blacksmith. That's a real apocalypse level endeavor.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Trades, anyway. Whew, you got me going on it. I hate that too. Well, what's a hobby that you wish you could do? You want to play piano or
I
what?
wish I could do. I have lost a lot of my musical talent. I did buy a clarinet during the pandemic. I was thinking like
Mm.
maybe I could just, toot my own horn over here. And I did for a bit. But no, I don't think music is it. I think if anything, I think it would just still be something along the lines of creating something. Whether it's just some casual masonry.
Yeah,
I do like the idea of not necessarily of like dabbling in the trades of at
trades,
least understanding how things are put
artisanal
together.
crafts. Yeah,
Yeah, how understanding how things are put together, so that way, when I do need repairs on a house or whatever, I know how to
yep.
look for high quality work because I at least have an understanding. And when I see
Mm-hmm.
something wrong, which has helped us a lot, in with our house, actually, I've had contractors rip stuff out because I'm like, no, I know for a fact you're doing it the wrong way. Like,
Mm.
don't cut corners here. This is my home.
We don't like
Um,
corners cut.
No, we don't. We like them nice and even, 90 degrees, as much as you can get to 90 degrees in this little house. But yeah, no, it's just one of those really useful skills. And again, should there be a sudden apocalypse and not the gradual one that we are descending into, I'm sure they would be useful.
Yep, 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 yep. Okay. Well, okay. We got two more quick ones. The first one's
Sure.
quicker. Elevator pitch. So we've done this for everyone so far. If you're gonna do a movie, you're trying to sell a movie about you. It's a biopic. It could be loosely based or directly based. It doesn't matter. What the question is what's your elevator pitch to get the producer to buy the film, and who is playing you?
Hmm.
It can
Oh
be Matt Damon. It
gosh.
can be anybody. Loosely
Matt
based, like I said.
Damon. Okay.
Newman from Seinfeld.
So I think Leslie Mann would have to play me.
Great.
Uh, I think that would be a good parallel
Sure.
person. Um, and let's see. I think my story, like my personal story, would be pretty boring. I mean, it's got some interesting twists and turns, but the whole thing is girl comes from absolutely nothing, starts making her way in the world, and then her crazy little brother, who was always just a little bit of a weirdo, just comes out of nowhere and just becomes a rocket scientist and just makes her feel dumb.
Dang,
Like she's
like that?
accomplished nothing. Yeah, yeah.
But what
No,
about in
I
the
mean,
finale? Like, he's got the rocket, he's got his Boeing jet that he designed, and you fully knitted over it.
ooh, see, I mean, I know that it would burn up in the atmosphere because I'm not knitting
Right.
some like tungsten carbonite or whatever. But no, I think what would be interesting is if like in at some point in our futures, if me and my brother could figure out a way to like combine our powers, like
That's
I don't
always the
know,
dream.
with
Yeah,
yeah, if we could just kind of do some like family venture,
for sure.
it would be pretty cool. Since
That's nice.
I work in finance, but I'm not a finance bro. I do financial regulation and compliance, so kind of like more on the
Mm-hmm.
legal, stick to the rules kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I could help my brother with some of that, but I could also help with some of the financial accounting aspects of it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
Maybe it'll never happen, but
Well, put me in the
yeah,
movie, and I'm a bartender, so just
absolutely.
put me in the movie where you guys go and talk about your dreams, and then I'll be played by Whoopi Goldberg.
Perfect.
So
spot on.
last question. So you're here from the Sad Fan. Sad Fan's a show about sports and why we're sad as sportsmen, sportscasters, sports viewers, all this, lovers, etc. So the question is, do you understand the rules? We're going to go over some things that have rules, and you're going to say yes or no and elaborate if you like.
Sure.
First up, Red Rover.
I do. That one's pretty easy, but it's also very easy to break arms.
You ever seen something bad?
Yep. I've seen a shoulder pulled out of socket. I'm pretty sure it's got to be some of the reason why I've got some, shoulder issues now in my old age, but that's all good.
Playing a lot of Red Rover. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Foursquare.
Oh, hell yeah. I was the queen of Foursquare on my playground.
What's a house rule that was really good?
It would double bounce the heck out of my brother and knock him right. Oh, we had ones where you would have to
wow, cool tricks and stuff.
Bounce the ball, run out of the square, and run around. Just things like that, fun. Or
That's
do
great.
A handstand.
I asked that because I don't know the rules of Foursquare. I played it a lot.
Tricks.
I never got it. All right. Anyway, this has been GORP. Chelsea, now we know everything there is to know about you. How does that feel? You've been exposed.
Mm-hmm. Completely. I'm good. I mean, I don't think I haven't told you anything that I am uncomfortable sharing. So it was fun. I mean, it's always easy to talk about yourself. It's a little bit harder to talk about, just current events and things like that, especially if you don't know. I've been a little bit busier than I should be, considering that I've been not working as much, but I've really been just doing a lot. And so so far away from the teams that I love. And so I haven't been following sports as closely as I have in years past. And so sometimes it's a little bit hard on the show when I'm not as well read into the situation. And I mean, I can read an article and I can understand what's happening there, but actually doing a deep dive, having followed the situation or the players or, whoever's involved. And that's where it's really nice to
bottomless
have
pit.
Right. He really, really is. And I'm a little bit jealous, but it's still nice. It's nice to be involved with something that I do love, just sports, and how we have created a world where, we have the technology, we have the resources where we can do things like make games a way to live your life and provide for yourself and your family. Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty cool point in, human existence, and it's only been around for 150 years.
Professionals, actually making a living, not and just getting better food. Okay, yeah.
Well, no, I mean professional sports. Yeah, I don't mean just like
but you're right though. Like Jim Thorpe era, they weren't actually getting paid for it
and things like that, because that's been around for a long, long time. I mean, the idea of professional leagues. Yeah. Professional leagues and doing that. So it's cool to discuss, it's cool to dissect, and I'm looking forward to doing more of it with my brother and Fry, and
let's go
just seeing where the next season of football takes us,
next on the chopping block for the interview episodes. But this has been a GORP secondary auxiliary episode. I don't know. We'll get you on a real episode very soon and talk about some dumb stuff that's not involving you particularly. So thanks for coming out. It's been great. This has been GORP. My name is Josh, and I am right behind you.
That's fine.
No way.